What's up, family? It's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about a word that people hate hearing, and that is boundaries. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all right now. Closer I get to 30, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm always saying this, but the closer I get to 30, the more I'm enforcing boundaries on my life. That goes for everything, anything. There are boundaries that I have been creating for me, not that keep people out, but it creates healthy boundaries, healthy standards for how I deal with people, how people deal with me, how we interact, whatever. I'm all about boundaries. I would say in my earlier 20s, I literally had no boundaries, y'all. Like, I would let people stomp, like literally stomp on me. No boundaries. I would let people come and go as they please. I would let people do what they pleased. I would let people say what they wanted to say, and it was no consequences, or there was no repercussions, or there were no conversations. It was just like, all right, well, I mean, long as you're still in my life, I'm cool with it. Now that I've gotten older, I feel like you have to have boundaries. I feel like having boundaries maintain friendships, relationships, family, all of that stuff. For an example, how I've been enforcing boundaries is the most famous one: saying no. Not feeling like a yes man, or not feeling like I always got to tell you yes. No. Before we get any deeper, I don't say no to everything, but to things that I genuinely don't feel comfortable doing, or I genuinely feel like I genuinely don't want to do this, I'm saying no. I'm saying no, and it's okay. Like, let me give an example. For an example, my boundaries. If you wanted to come over, I would say previously, I would be like, okay, like if you told me last minute, I would have social anxiety all day because you just told me today that you wanted to come to my home, my safe place. You just texted me today and was like, oh, I wanted to come over. I would just say yeah, because, I wanted you to feel comfortable, even if I wasn't. If you know me, I'm already a person that does not let any and everyone in my home anyway. So not that, I am picky. I'm very picky about that with anyone, simply because that's just my private, sacred, personal space. And that's my safe place. And I just don't let everyone in that space. As of now, with boundaries, you don't just tell me you're coming. You have to ask me, can I come? And I feel like that's a given anyway. Or if it's an emergency, of course, there are some things, but it does depend on the person, but I don't know. There gotta be boundaries. The second one is how you handle me, like how you talk to me, what you say to me or about me. Like, now that I have let slide, like slip and slide and ice skate, and we just been slipping and sliding and water slide and everything. That's not in a way to saying, oh, I'm gonna fight you every time you talk to me wrong or you talk to me crazy. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am simply saying is, I'm no longer allowing backhanded disrespect. Let me tell you why that's a boundary of how I'm changing how people speak to me, with me, about me, whatever. Simply because that one right there, it really did something to my mental. Like, I had to pray and fight out of that place of caring what people thought about me, or being so sad that people felt that they can say certain things to me or handle me in certain ways, to where I thought I was crazy for feeling a way about it. And I'm just like, no, they mishandled you. Or even when I pray, it was just like, no, you were really mishandled. I'm not saying every situation I'm being mishandled, but overall, it was happening more than I would like it to have. And I felt like, okay, now, Courtney, you're stepping into your grown woman. Like, officially, I should have been did that. But, like, you have to set boundaries. Just because you're a Christian, you're saved, you're nice, does not mean you got to let people walk all over you, talk to you any kind of way. Sorry, I got distracted. You don't have to let people mishandle you. Like, that's crazy to think that because you are those things, because you're a Christian, saved, you are a kind person, you're genuine, that means you're gonna keep letting stuff slip and slide. No, because we're gonna end up ice skating together, and you're gonna ice skate right out the door, slip out the door, however you want to do it. You slip, slide, cha-cha slide, however you want to do it, as long as you sliding up out of here. There has to be boundaries. There has to be respect how you handle people. Even for myself, like, if you gotta check me, like if you gotta check me with some boundaries, I'm okay with that now, because I feel like I can't be handing out a list of boundaries and I can't take them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, how you handle me is 100% my ultimate favorite boundary. And lastly, it is my time. I was really bad at this. Anytime somebody wanted me to drop something, be there on their time, this and that, I would also have anxiety trying to be it goes along with people pleasing. And this one was hard for me because I know how I would want someone to show up for me. I know how I would want someone to drop things for me. But I still feel like there's a boundary. Being somewhere where I don't want to be for so long, or, wasting my time, or, things like that. Sometimes, yeah, but all the time, no. Simply because I just know. Or I let other people dictate how I use my time. And there is boundaries. Like, I'm not going to be spending my whole day doing something for someone else all the time, or other things when I already have plans. It just depends on what it is. It does depend on what it is. So I'm not saying that I have an issue doing anything for anyone or dropping things from time to time. But when it became a obligation and it started weighing on me mentally, and especially if it's not appreciated, or that you were taking advantage of it and you were literally stomping on me, like, we're not doing that no more. Boundaries are not a bad thing. Boundaries do not always mean no. Boundaries mean I'm okay with doing this sometimes, but I'm not okay with doing this to where you're taking advantage of me. That's what I'm saying. And that boundaries are okay. And I feel like if anyone doesn't accept your boundaries, then how can they be for you? So yeah, I just feel like communication and boundaries help maintain and save relationships. You don't have to cut everything off. It don't have to be bad terms. Boundaries are not meant to put you on bad terms with someone. It's to keep that healthy boundary so we both can function in this relationship, friendship, whatever. It has to be times where you communicate, hey, I really don't like when you did that. So now I'm going to put up boundaries, not a wall, boundaries, so that we won't cross each other. You know what I'm saying? There is no miscommunication because we've communicated and we've made boundaries on how we feel about this, and we don't cross these boundaries. If you respect me and I respect you, then these boundaries we know not to cross. And as I'm growing and as I'm maturing, I'm okay with boundaries being put on me, and you have to be okay with me putting boundaries on this if I'm seeing things that are going left. So yeah, guys, this is a very important, necessary topic. I want y'all to drop some comments down below and tell me what y'all think about boundaries. Have y'all put boundaries on people lately, or have people put boundaries on you? Either way, comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.